company that I've become really fond of recently, and to be honest I'm yet to find a product of theirs that I don't like, is Garage Therapy. They're very well known for making excellent products. One of the products that I've not tried of theirs is the leather cleaner. So today we're going to be using the full range of interior products from Garage Therapy. We're going to be using the Zero Interior, we're going to be using the 2 leather products that they have, and we're going to be using the glass for the interior glass. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give the car a quick hoover, get all the crumbs and get all the mud off of the floor mats and stuff like that, and then you can join me again when we start to do some actual cleaning. Alright, time to get cracking on the interior cleaning, and first I'm going to do kind of all the plastics, so the door card, the trim, the dash. My M4 is a poverty spec interior, so I've only got the leather seats, some accents on the door card are leather, and some bits around about the dash are leather. The majority of it is the plastic. So the interior cleaner at 10 to 1 with a combination of using these are both SGCB products. This is their brush kit and this is their scrub pad with the kind of nylon bristly type stuff. So I'm going to use that on the plastics along with the interior at 10 to 1. We'll see how it cleans up. Okay, so the main point of this video is leather cleaning, but I'm not just going to clean the leather, I'm going to clean the full interior. But I'm not going to make you watch me clean the full interior. I'm just going to give a very quick overview with a few choice shots of the GT Interior Zero, combined with the SGCB scrub pad. As you can see, it's not particularly foaming up very well, but I think that's because in a previous life this car was abused by the silicone trim dressings. When I repeated the process after I basically got rid of the silicone trim dressings, there was much more foam to be had. So moving on to the pedals next, and again this is just to show you the power, the cleaning power of the GT Zero Interior. Pedals are going to be one of the dirtiest parts of the car, and this is one hit with 10 to 1, a few sprays onto the brush, a good scrub with a brush, and then wiping it down, and it's really easily dealt with all that dirt. And I've got to say I really like the finish that this leaves, just a nice OEM finish. I'm going to be moving on to the last bit of the interior cleaning that I'm going to show you next, and this is going to be cleaning the dash. Now previously I would always go and do the dash with a microfiber because getting in there with a brush is just difficult, but these scrub pads make getting right into the window and getting the full dash nice and clean so easy. Absolute game changer for cleaning the dash. That was just a very quick overview of the interior cleaner. If you really want a full in-depth review, go and check out GM Details. He's done an excellent review on the interior cleaner. But we're going to be looking mainly today at the leather cleaner, and no better place to test it than a dirty off-white, grey, cream, whatever colour you want to call it, interior. So let's just get straight into it. So let's crack on with cleaning some leather. Now, full disclosure here, I was very kindly sent these products up by Garage Therapy, which I'm extremely grateful for. I was in the market for a new leather cleaner after my previous one was basically used up, ran out, and I was talking to the guys at Garage Therapy, and like I mentioned, they very kindly sent this up for me to try out, and of course I'm going to make a video on it because that's just what I do. So I thought the best place to start would be a 50-50 on the grubby armrest. I'd already noticed that this was getting quite dirty myself, and this was one of the reasons that prompted me to go out and have a look for a new leather cleaner. Now, everybody loves a 50-50, so you're going to see quite a few of them throughout this video on the leather cleaner, but I do feel that it's the best way to show the cleaning power, because looking directly at the cleaning, it doesn't look like it's done much, but when you see the 50-50s, that's where you really see just how much, or just how well the products actually worked. So we'll give this a wipe off, and then we'll get a look at essentially the before and after, just to see how much cleaning it's actually done. After seeing that 50/50 there, quite frankly I'm a little bit embarrassed about the condition of the leather in this car. I thought I maintained it pretty well, but obviously the work in the Golf and kind of being dirty and jumping in and out and not really doing much over a couple of months is really taking its toll on this colour of leather. Yeah, let's just crack on with the rest now and see how good this comes out. Right, let's get on with 50/50 number 2. And realistically, if your leather's going to get shiny and greasy anywhere, it's going to be the steering wheel from your hands. Your hands are oily, you know, your hands can get very, very dirty without you realising, and then you're jumping into a car and picking up your starting to drive with your steering wheel. And this is a prime example of how your leather should look on the left and how it shouldn't look on the right. Again, this is another area where I found got quite dirty, which I'm guessing is from my elbows resting on the door card and stuff like that when I've been driving. I noticed it was really grubby. Again, it didn't look that well. It didn't look that grubby to the eye, but once you see the 50/50 and you see the sheen that's on the leather and the kind of dirtiness, you do realise just how dirty it gets. So if you can't tell already, I'm really starting to enjoy using these products because I'm just going 50/50 daft here. Just enjoying the before and after essentially. So as I crack on with the rest of the interior, or the rest of the leather with the cleaner, may as well very quickly talk about it. It is specifically designed to be used on leather. I know a lot of people will just go gung-ho and just fire on an APC or something like that. That's not a good way to clean your leather. These products are designed to work well with your leather and clean them in the safest way possible. So it's really best to avoid the likes of APCs and stuff like that. Now in terms of the product itself, as you're using it and as you're wiping it off, what you'll find is that once you've wiped it, it dries off really, really well. And then it doesn't leave any kind of grease or residue or anything like that, and it's just nice to the touch once you've cleaned the seat. Another nice feature of this product is that when you apply it to your leather, it comes out as a foam, so it's not coming out as just a runny liquid that you're then having to kind of agitate up into a foam. It comes out as a foam, and then you're just generating a little bit more foam as you agitate over the areas, or as you clean over the areas of leather. One nice thing about it is that it doesn't go insanely foamy to the point where you're going through loads and loads of microfibers because all you're doing is picking up foam. It's just a nice level of foam and a nice level of cleaning. Now the last thing that I want to mention about the leather cleaner at this point in time is the directions. Now the directions from Garage Therapy are pump onto the brush 2 or 3 times and then clean the desired area. I tried this and it worked just as well, but I found, for me personally, it didn't work better, but I was just more comfortable with spraying directly onto the leather sometimes, and sometimes spraying onto the brush. I found that both were as effective as each other. Alright, that's me cleaned the leather now to a level that I'm really happy with. There's no sheen off it, it's a nice satin leather all round and it's looking really good. I'm really pleased with it. I just need to put the protection on it next. But first I just want to address how much of the product I actually used whilst cleaning all of the leather in this car. And this is a 200 ml bottle, and I would say I've probably used roughly about a quarter of the bottle. What you need to bear in mind is that I probably got a bit overzealous in certain areas when I was doing some testing. I discovered obviously the leather was quite grubby, so yeah, I think that's okay. I'm not disappointed about that. If I get 4 full leather interior cleans out of 1 bottle, yeah, I'm not going to make any complaints about that. Pretty happy. So the next thing we're going to need to do is now get this leather protected, I think it is. Let me grab the bottle. We're back. Yeah, so this is the 2 leather protectant, and let's see how we use this. Directions: shake well before use. Test compatibility in an inconspicuous area, as you do. Ensure the leather has been cleaned with leather cleaner 1, which it has. Apply leather protector to a high quality microfiber towel or applicator. In this instance we're going to use a microfiber applicator pad. Wipe over the leather surface, ensure even coverage and allow to dry. Do not buff immediately, so you need to let it dry in a little bit before any buffing. Now that I've done the rest of the car with the leather protectant, I'm just going to go over and I'm just going to buff off any residue that's left over. It's mostly dried in back to that kind of matte satiny finish, but I'm just going to go over it with a kind of plush microfiber and just buff off any residue. Okay, so that's me finished using the leather protectant, and in terms of using the protectant, I've used way less than I used of the cleaner. Oh, just if we can see a wee comparison there. Yeah, so it levels there. So that protectant is going to last a long time. So you really are getting what I would say is good value for money, in my opinion. And what can I say, the leather protectant, it's really hard to just kind of talk about it because it went on really easy. The more you applied to the microfiber, obviously the wetter and more product was on the microfiber, the less you had to do as you went round the car, which makes sense. Once it dried in, it's not sticky, it's very nice to touch, and the finish on the leather is really nice. If you can see behind me, that's the kind of finish that you can expect there. Not shiny, nice dull satin finish, exactly what you want from the leather in your car. Last thing I'm going to do is quickly run round the windows with the Garage Therapy 1 glass cleaner, and then that's the interior done. While I'm doing the glass, let's quickly run through the cost of these products. The leather cleaner on its own is £18, the leather protection on its own is £19, and the leather brush on its own is £9. Garage Therapy do a leather pack which comes in at £34, and you get your leather cleaner, your leather protectant and your leather brush all in this pack, and that's going to save you £12 if you buy the pack. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Now, I really enjoyed using the Garage Therapy 1 leather cleaner and the Garage Therapy 2 leather protectant. And I mentioned at the start of the video, Garage Therapy are well known for bringing out very good products. I feel that this is another two very good products with the cleaner and the protectant. For me, I found it, you'll probably get 4/5 cleans out of the leather cleaner. Like I said, I was being quite overzealous when I was using it. I was doing a lot of different tests and I was kind of spraying on an area. I was kind of almost doubling up on certain areas when I was cleaning, because I was cleaning half of the area and then I was cleaning the whole area, like the armrest for example. So I would probably have used a little bit less if I was just going in, not filming or recording, and just cleaning and getting it done. So I would say you're probably looking at 4 to 5 cleans out of the bottle of leather cleaner, and you're probably similar, if not a little bit more, of the Protectant. For me, I feel that is good value for money. If I'm getting 4 or 5 cleans of the full interior of the leather and protecting it for £34, you know what, I'm not going to make any complaints about that. That's almost a year's worth of cleaning for me in terms of interior. Unfortunately, it won't be on the M4. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that I sold the M4 during the week. Yeah, it was becoming a rather expensive driveway ornament, and with me working from home now, I just couldn't really justify the cost anymore. I'm looking for something else, so if you've got anything, drop me a comment, drop me a DM on Instagram, let me know what you've got, and let's see if we can do a deal. But apart from that, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.